Today I'm going to be walking you through my Anagram project in Java for CST201. To start, I'm going to show you a visual of what it visually looks like. And if you're unfamiliar, an anagram is when two words have the exact same letters, just rearranged. So to give you guys a visual of what it looks like, we'll type in our first word as T, our second word as E. When I click enter, see the code returns anagrams, show that these two words are anagrams. If they weren't anagrams, for example, such as better and low key, these are not anagrams. Sorry, it returns these are not anagrams. I'm sorry for your loss. Because why not? So that's what it visually looks like. And just make sure that this code actually correctly returns true and false when for all possible sets of either anagrams or not anagrams. I got about 13 different tests from my professor, and thankfully, we passed all those tests without any hassle. Now to walk you through how the code actually works. So obviously in the main class, we use a scanner method, use some print lines to print out our prompt, print out what they need to type, use what they type, and then use those two words that they type using our anagram method to either return anagrams or that they're not anagrams. And the actual anagram method we'll go over right now. For efficiency, if we first check to see if they're the same length. If they're not, get them out of here. They're false. And then we put both the words to both the strings to lowercase. Just that way we're not dealing with different casing. Because if the first letter is uppercased, it could be a different first letter and still be an anagram, and we don't want to have that problem. Then I use a for loop the first word, take the letter. We have a Boolean found that's false right now for each letter. Starts at false. And then for each letter, we take another loop, a nested loop, with the second word, and loop through all letters there to see if any of them match. If they match, we cut the letter out. We turn found to true, break that loop, move on to the next letter. And if not, we turn false right away because we know that if any single letter of A doesn't have a match in B, or any single letter of the first word doesn't match the letter of the second word, we know that's not an anagram. And then if we go through all those letters of A and they all match up with B and they're same length, we return true because that's an anagram, baby. All right, so that is my code, and that's the logic behind it. Thank you for watching today. The end.